Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Baton.
Today, it's all about our health and our well-being.
Yes, and we're going to start by talking about how to recalibrate your weight loss.
And one woman's 20-year quest to find answers and a diagnosis to her rare inflammatory disease.
Plus, some ways to improve your sexual intimacy.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at you. You got to go.
Lots to get to today.
The Balancing Act starts right now.
Today, we continue our 4-part series on metabolic health. Approximately, get this, 70% of American adults are obese or overweight, which obviously can lead to serious health issues. And 95% of diets, Montel, they fail. 95%.
That's crazy. Well, Allie Betts, a Calibrate member, is back with us, and she found a way to get to the root cause of her weight gain problem.
That's fantastic. And Katie Marshall, Chief Marketing Officer at Calibrate, joins us to explain how the program really helps not only Allie, but all those who join in with their metabolic health as well. Welcome, both of you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so Allie, we have a lot to get to. You look amazing, right?
Thank you.
Last time we saw you, you looked great, but I mean, we're getting better.
We are.
Where are we?
So I'm down 20% of my body weight.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
It's been quite the journey. I am 6 months into it with 6 months to go. The accountability program with the coaching is one of the top things that the program gives you, besides the medication, which is fantastic. I love every moment of it. My coach is fantastic.
Aww.
And it was just tough because you said you love food, right?
I do. So with Calibrate, there is no diet. This is you. I don't like to diet. I don't like to do a diet plan.
I'm with you.
I would rather exercise 5 hours
than
to eat a piece of pizza. Absolutely. But with the program that Calibrate offers, they give you the triangle and you follow it. It's I can't say fantastic enough.
I can see it in her face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, well, Katie, explain to me a little bit, like, how was she able to make her goals using this program?
First of all, we hope that we're going to be the last program people have to try. And the reason why is because we understand how to work with your underlying biology to improve your metabolic health and lose weight for the long term. And that's because we know that when diets don't work, it's not because you don't have enough willpower. It's because your body is programmed to maintain its highest weight. It's called your set point. And set points are really critical when we were hunters and gatherers, because your body knew then that a drop in weight was a signal that food was scarce. But today, that's not an issue. And so what happens is when you try to lose weight, your body fights back against you. And so to change your set point, you need to change your biology, which is what Calibrate does. We're the first science-backed program that combines doctor-guided programming, medication, accountability coaching, and a holistic curriculum to improve your metabolic health, reset your set point, lose weight for the long term.
That makes perfect sense. Allie, talk about your medication. Share your experience.
So the medication is very easy. There are minimal side effects. It's all doctor prescribed. I had to go through the medical protocol. So when recently people will say to me, oh, you look great. What did you do? So I'll say, do you have 10 minutes? It's worth 10 minutes. You know, and I just feel that it's one of these programs that it resets your lifestyle. It helps you make better choices. It helps you with sleep, stress.
Everything.
It's an all-in-one inclusive program.
Well, let's talk a little bit, Katie, about the scientific advancements when it comes to medication.
Yeah, so Allie's obviously doing so phenomenally, and she's one of thousands of Calibrate members taking prescription GLP-1 medication. And actually what's fascinating is that these drugs continue to advance. So just this last June, the FDA approved the newest GLP-1 called Wegovy, which is the most effective weight loss medication on the market. Patients on Wegovy lose 15 to 20% of their body weight, and Calibrate was among the first to prescribe it.
That's great. Okay, so Allie, let's just do numbers here. You were a size
12.
And now?
6.
My goodness. And I see the pictures around us. I mean, I love the one with the boxing gloves. You're like making
That's my forte.
Oh my gosh,
Boxing.
it's like I'm here. Like your statement. You're so happy there. I think she's the national spokesperson for Calibrate now.
She is. She's in a national campaign.
Oh my gosh, girl, you are just right there front and center. Any final thoughts for anyone out there who's been struggling? Like she said, you know, this should be the last program. I think it should be the first and last period.
I agree, 100%. It just teaches you how to live with food. It's not your enemy. It should be a friend. It's fantastic.
You have a family member who just started, right?
So my daughter, I was on the program for 4 months. She joined Calibrate, and she's down 14% of her body weight. Wow. And then I have another friend who recently just joined. I told her I would help her with her journey if she had any questions. It's great.
A little extra coaching.
Yes.
Well, Katie, where can people go to get more information?
Find out if you're eligible and get started at joincalibrate.com.
Oh my gosh, and I'm sure you're so happy buying new clothes, aren't you?
I am.
It's the best part.
Oh, you know, Kim, take the old ones, put them in the basement. Don't leave them in the closet,
That's
okay?
right.
Absolutely.
Keep at it. Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
of course, if you want more information, you can always go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
When it comes to our overall health, happiness, and mental well-being, intimacy plays a key role. But sometimes things in the bedroom are not as satisfying as we'd like. Today, an honest discussion about our needs and ways to enrich that part of our lives with PhD Dr. Sunny Rogers, Lion's Den Intimate Health Advisor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Olga.
I was reading here that you have 20 years of experience of helping couples. That's amazing. And I'm assuming you've spent those years telling them how important it is to prioritize, sex in the bedroom. Why so?
Sexual health and wellness is important for every person because it can help improve a person's emotional, mental, and physical well-being. And sexually healthy people are happier and they have more fun. But situations in life can definitely affect many couples, such as bedroom boredom, which is when your sex life becomes ho-hum. But now is the perfect time to connect with your partner and yourself.
How can we enhance then those feelings again and make it more wow?
Yes. So I have 3 tips.
Okay.
The first one is communicate, which is right. It is. You need to tell your partner your wants, needs, desires, and even your fantasies. Number 2, set the mood. So for this, I always tell people embrace your 5 senses. So think about beautiful lingerie, scented massage oils, sexy music, candles, right? All these can help set the mood.
This smells so good.
Isn't that delicious?
How do you use this?
So that's the third one. Be open to something new. So instead of a traditional candle, consider something more intimate, such as a candle like this that melts into massage oil.
So when you light it,
Yes, so you light it. It's soy-based, so it doesn't get higher than your own body temperature. Blow it out. Just drizzle it on,
Ooh la la.
and your partner will love this. Yes.
and the person using it,
obviously.
it's a win-win. I saw here Lion's Den celebrating 50 years. Happy anniversary. We're celebrating 20 years at the Balancing Act. I mean, 50 years of really doing good, making a difference.
Yes. So Lion's Den started in Columbus, Ohio, and now we have 46 stores in 21 states and a user-friendly website. But what I want to share is it's not just about being a retailer, and we do so much more than just simply sell products. We want to help people explore, express, and empower their intimacy. And for us, it's about helping our customers reach their own personal level of sexual health and well-being for themselves and for their relationships. So we provide sex-positive experiences in all our stores, and we make sure that our staff members are well-trained and they know how to make people feel comfortable asking personal questions.
Love it.
And we like to teach people how to get rid of their own bedroom boredom.
Huh, interesting. To be flexible.
Exactly.
I love it. For our viewers who'd like more information, where can they go?
Lionsden.com. Our site has inspiration, store locations, and great gift ideas for the holidays or anytime.
All right, can I take the candle?
Take the candle, please.
This one I am curious. Obviously, blow out the candle first.
Exactly.
Before you apply it.
No flames.
Thank you. Well, we do want flames in the bedroom.
Exactly.
But no real ones. Thank you. For our viewers, if you'd like more information, go to thebalancingact.com.
It's an inflammatory disease that can affect almost any organ in the body, but most commonly targets the lungs and the lymph nodes.
Due to the high unmet medical need, there's an urgency for effective and accessible treatment options.
We'll sit down with Dr. Peter Sporn at Northwestern Medical Center to learn more. But first, we'll meet Cheryl, who's been living with this disease for 20 years.
We're going behind the mystery of sarcoidosis.
I'm retired from the New York City Department of Education. I love working out and I love gatherings with family and friends. I started having chest pains when I breathed and when I coughed. I couldn't even do 100% at my job because I was so fatigued and tired. So it was a Sunday morning, I was getting ready for church with my family, and I started feeling worse. So I went to the emergency and they did a chest x-ray, and also they took a biopsy. And that's when they found out I had a rare disease called sarcoidosis. I didn't know, is my life over? Will I be able to live a normal life? I didn't get any explanation.
Dr. Peter Sporn is the director of the Northwestern Sarcoidosis Center of Excellence.
Sarcoidosis is an inflammatory condition in which the immune system becomes abnormally activated, causing granulomas or nodules to develop, and ultimately that can lead to scar formation in the lungs and other parts of the body. The skin and the eyes, the heart, and the nervous system, including the brain and the spinal cord, can become involved. When sarcoidosis affects the lungs, we refer to it as pulmonary sarcoidosis. Pulmonary sarcoidosis is often associated with symptoms such as shortness of breath, cough, and with wheezing. The disease can progress, and some patients can go on to require treatment with supplemental oxygen and may develop chronic lung problems as a result of the disease. In some people who develop sarcoidosis, the disease flares initially and then subsides on its own. In other individuals, sarcoidosis flares up and requires medication to suppress the inflammation and to improve the patient's symptoms and other manifestations. Some of these patients then can go off medications and the sarcoidosis will remain inactive. Up to a quarter of patients require ongoing, continuous treatment to keep the disease in check and to prevent ongoing inflammation in the lungs or other organs.
Once I got out the hospital, I went to see a pulmonologist, and I told him I'm in pain, I have shortness of breath, and I just don't feel well. I was just told that everything was in my head. Maybe I have a sinus drip. I know my body. I know that I'm short of breath, especially when I take a few steps. I know pain. I wasn't even given any medication. I just started going on with my normal life, hoping that this disease would go away.
Sarcoidosis is often difficult to diagnose initially. Shortness of breath, cough, and wheeze are the symptoms that we see in other more common respiratory illnesses, asthma, COPD, or a lung infection. Sarcoidosis can also cause a variety of symptoms which are not specific to sarcoidosis. That is, they can be the result of any number of other conditions as well. And those symptoms can include fever, chills, and sweats at night. Weight loss can occur, and fatigue is very common in sarcoidosis. This can be a very debilitating symptom for patients with sarcoidosis that requires treatment.
So over the next few years, my symptoms gotten worse. I started having a chronic cough, chest pains, and pains throughout my body, and I would have coughing fits for up to 20 minutes to a half an hour. I tried over-the-counter medicines. I tried going to the doctors, my primary doctor. They prescribed me cough medicine and painkillers, but it just didn't work. I started to have scabs in my scalp and little bumps on my eyes, on top of my eyelids, and on my body. And I was going to the doctor to get it treated, not knowing this was also sarcoidosis. My quality of life was getting worse. I felt depressed. I was just so tired and fatigued. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't even want to socialize.
According to the American Academy of Family Physicians, a diagnosis of sarcoidosis should be suspected in any middle-aged adult with an unexplained cough, shortness of breath, or related symptoms. A diagnosis relies on 3 criteria: clinical or radiologic presentation, pathology that shows granulomas, and an exclusion of other diseases such as infections or malignancy.
The symptoms of sarcoidosis can have a very significant effect on the quality of life of patients with the disease. They may suffer from limited ability to exert themselves, which can impact the ability to carry out normal daily activities at home or can limit a patient's ability to work. Patients may be affected by symptoms that are more difficult to quantify, such as fatigue or a sense of hopelessness or depression. It's very, very important for sarcoidosis healthcare providers to recognize the multiple ways in which sarcoidosis can affect patients and to address all of these many manifestations with treatment.
I woke up in the middle of the night having a coughing fit, and I went to the bathroom, and that's when I passed out. I was in ICU with a team of doctors, and that's when they found that I had fungus in my lungs and holes in my lungs. Even though I was sick, I felt a little better, a little hopeful, because I finally found doctors who was taking me seriously and finally getting the care that I deserve.
The drugs that we use to treat sarcoidosis are all designed to suppress the abnormal immune and inflammatory response. These include steroid medications, non-steroid oral anti-inflammatory drugs, and several monoclonal antibodies that target proteins that the body makes that drive the inflammation in sarcoidosis. One of the problems with steroid medications is that oftentimes there are a variety of side effects, and this is a significant burden for patients. All of the medications that we use to treat sarcoidosis target various components of the inflammatory response that is involved in the disease, but what we really need in sarcoidosis is new therapies that more specifically get at the causal pathways in the disease that are associated with fewer side effects, that are more effective, and ultimately that can interrupt the disease and stop its progression. It's very, very important for physicians and other healthcare providers who work with sarcoidosis patients to develop a partnership and to work together to control the manifestations of this chronic illness.
So after I was released from the hospital, I found my dream team. I started seeing a cardiologist, a pain management doctor, an infectious disease doctor, and of course I stayed with the pulmonologist specialist. I take steroids and medication for my heart and take pain medications. Yes, these medications are helping my sarcoidosis, but it also comes with side effects like weight gain, nausea, and drowsiness. As a sarcoidosis patient, my hope is that there will be a better way to manage this condition and manage the disease. I am so grateful for the Foundation for Sarcoidosis Research. It helped me to find information and introduce me to people that's going through the same thing that I'm going through, and it gives so much information on this disease. I volunteer with the Foundation for Sarcoidosis Research. I can use my experiences to help support others. What I learned about myself through this journey is that I'm stronger than what I thought I was, and I fight to live.
For more information on sarcoidosis, visit Excentia.com and the Foundation for Sarcoidosis Research at StopSarcoidosis.org.
And you can always visit our website, thebalancingact.com. We'll be right back.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Remember to head to our Facebook page and our website and follow us on Twitter.
And you know what you got to do. You got to stay safe, love that family of yours, and we'll see you next time.